The Education Act 2008 spells out the roles of different stakeholders in the delivery of education. In Section 5, parents are obliged by law to feed their children at school. Not many rural government schools are adhering to this law. Hunger is now a leading cause of poor performance and high dropout rate. The lunch bell has just gone off at Bukwo Primary School in Bududa district. As the students pour out of their classrooms, a good number of them have nothing to eat. Those whose parents can afford 100 shillings rush down the slope to buy a piece of sugarcane, a donut, or a pancake for lunch.
They are really scared.
The rest wait until their richer colleagues have eaten, and then they fight for the leftover sugarcanes. The headmistress, Lona Mutinye, says the state of these hungry children, especially during the afternoon classes, worries the school administration.
Sometimes I find children dozing in the classes. Then when it is a right time for me, I can just call a teacher who is concentrating and I say, maybe give them an icebreaker.
Last year, of the 61 primary 7 candidates, only 5 passed in the second division. There was no one in the first division. To ensure good performance this year, the students attend remedial classes, which start at 7:45 a.m. However, few children can concentrate from morning to evening without a meal. Ironically, at lunchtime, a cook is preparing food for the teachers. While parents in this fertile area neglect to feed their children at school, it should be noted that they contributed money to construct the kitchen and hire a cook for the teachers.
For us here, the main food crop is matoke, and they also grow beans, which can help. But that matoke has now become a cash crop. So the parents mostly prefer bringing maize, which really they don't have.
The school has taken to acting skits to show the parents the dangers of children not eating during the day. The results of this innovation have largely been negative. In Bukwo district, the feeding system in schools is also haphazard, and the blame has been placed on the parents whose priorities are elsewhere.
Parents use the children for labor force. In the lower belt, children go for gold mining. When you go to this side of the border to Kenya, there is an agricultural farm. So during the harvesting and the weeding, all the children are there.
At Tuyo Bay Primary School, most of the parents cannot afford to buy their children's school uniform, which costs 20,000 shillings, let alone feed them.
Few of them, we provide them some meals. The other ones move now for the other long distance and eat from home.
And they come back?
And then they come back, some coming even late time.
Agre Chibenge, the Undersecretary in the Ministry of Education, is appalled that parents expect the government to remind them to feed their children.
We will continue appealing to the local leadership to put into effect the provisions of this law.
In Karamoja, parents still consider education for girls as a new form of prostitution.
When they go to school, some of them engage in certain bad practices like sexual relationships, and then they become pregnant. So when they come back to the community considers such children as spoiled children, and when they are being married, they fetch very few animals. When you compare it to the girls who have stayed at home and not gone to school fetching more animals because they have stayed virgins while at school.
Education is a costly venture. Since most people in the sub-region do not have money to pay for it, they reason that it is better for their children to rear cows than waste time at school, and yet they will drop out. In the absence of educational role models in these deep rural settings, parents need to be sensitized about the importance of doing all they can to facilitate the education of their children. Gillian Nantume, NTV.